amazing day. Danny here, popping in again for another video. And I really want to share with you about three forgotten nutrients. These are nutrients that are vital for our human health, both our mind, our bodies on a cellular level, that never, ever, ever get talked about. They're, when we think about nutrition, we think about vitamins and minerals and nutrients that our bodies need to live a long, healthy life. And we so often get caught up in all of the nutrients that have been discovered by science and that can be analyzed under a microscope. And what I want to share with you today are three nutrients that I've seen, obviously, in the last 5 years of working with clients in the nutrition space, having countless conversations about health and nutrition and habits and lifestyle, and really how to live the longest, healthiest life that we can. And I think that's all we want. There are three very common denominators that I've been able to, and these three nutrients that I've really been able to identify as hugely missing in every single one of my clients' lives. And to be honest with you, sometimes in some periods of my life, these are missing for me too. And these three nutrients, which I'll share with you in just a second, are 100% for at the base of a lot of our eating behaviors, our patterns, our joy, our happiness of life, our mental outlook on the world, our habits, our life, the external reflection of what's going on the inside that is around us, whether it's our eating patterns or binging or the negative thoughts that we have, all really come down to, for most people, what I see is a lack of all three or one of these major nutrients. Here they are. Okay, you're wondering, what are these nutrients? What's she talking about? And these are not nutrients that you can analyze under a microscope, which is why science doesn't recognize them. Nobody talks about them, but they are so powerfully at the base of, just like what I said, everything that, really drags us down when it comes to our health, whether it's those bad eating habits or, not wanting to exercise or really, falling into depression and anxiety and the emotional turmoil. So here they are. Okay. I'm going to share the three of them with you, and then we're going to dive into each of them a little bit. Okay. Number one, connection. Number two, love. Number three is joy. So connection, love, and joy. These are the three completely forgotten missing nutrients that we need to begin looking at and thinking about. We look at, for instance, I live in Canada, right? I'm always, making sure I'm getting enough vitamin D. I'm looking at, is there enough sun outside? Am I getting the vitamin D I need? Okay, nope, I'm gonna take a supplement, which I do, because of where I live with vitamin D. We would never think twice, if we were deficient in iron or, a B vitamin or vitamins and minerals in our body, if we weren't getting enough protein, we step up and we analyze those, right? We take a look at our life and our diet and say, okay, how can I get more protein, or how can I get more, vitamin D, or we start thinking that. But with these three nutrients, we haven't quite gotten there yet. We're not really using these as, something to take stock of in our life. And I want to invite you right here, right now, to start doing that. So taking a quick snapshot of where you are right now with connection in your life, deep, real connection with other humans. Okay. Love, right? And I'm talking about that deep, unconditional love for yourself, number one, and between others. And number three is joy. Really that lightness, that joy, that passion, that energy, that zest of life that we should have every single day. So taking a really quick, close look at these, and even this might just be mind-blowing for you, but these are really the three things that I see every single one of my clients deficient in. And it's leading them, and it's leading all of us to seriously bad habits and seriously bad health. So take connection, for example, and we can see this. Look at the world around you right now, how incredibly, painfully disconnected we all are from each other, being forced, literally forced, to not be allowed to hug our friends, to not be allowed to gather in groups and connect and laugh and hug. And this lack of connection is one of my biggest fears around what's going on in the world, because this is doing serious psychological damage and cellular damage to all of us, myself included, even though I've created connection in my life in different ways. And yes, there is Zoom and there are these videos, but it is not the same as in person. So this real deep connections. And even before all of this, stuff that's going on in the world right now, most people are really lacking this. We're on our phones 24/7, texting people, feeling like we're connecting with friends, but not really actually deeply connecting with someone, having real open, honest conversations. And, like we used to back in the day, we are humans of community. We are humans of connection. Just even talking about women in specific, right? We look back to our heritage and we see women gathering at the river to do laundry, or gathering to cook, or gathering to forage. Like, it was always community. We were always surrounded in community, and this connection that comes from that, of feeling supported, feeling loved, feeling connected to something bigger, and knowing that we're going to be okay. And this lack of connection that we are all starving for right now is I want to call another epidemic. This is very serious, and it's something that I really encourage you to look at in your life. Where are you on a scale of, or maybe up to 100%? What's your happiness with, how connected you're feeling, the people that you have in your life, people you have in your household or in your immediate circle or the world? Are you surrounded in community that is really supporting you in a non-judgmental way? Okay. And if not, awesome. Acknowledge that and then choose to do something about it. Okay, the second one, I could talk about connection forever. It's just really vital. The second one is love, right? We need love. We are humans, like, as a basic survival mechanism, we need to be part of a community. We need the connection. We also need to feel love. We need to know that as part of that community, we're loved for who we are, and to be able to be ourselves. And this 100% has to start from within. We must do this journey. And this is why I always say, this journey to sugar freedom is an inside job. It has nothing to do with changing your behaviors outside. It's the inside stuff. And self-love is such a vital pillar of this, in finding a way back into honoring and acknowledging and loving who we are, all of our flaws and crazy bits and the things we do wrong, the things we say wrong, all of it. That's what I mean by unconditional love. And once we can create that from within, only then can we start to share it with those around us. And, this is really, we have to come home to ourselves and stand strong within ourselves in order to be able to give that love out, and also know how to receive it. So there's a lot, obviously, in the love conversation, but this is something that I see so many people really starving for, and it comes from within. We're starving from it from within first. That unconditional self-love is one of the most powerful journeys I've ever been on, and I'm still on that journey, and I'm so grateful for it. It has transformed the way that I see myself, the way I see the world, the way I'm able to show up for my clients, the way I'm able to really just exist and be healthy on a daily basis. The third one and last missing nutrient is joy. This one was a really big red flag for me as I started, actually about a year ago. I started really having a lot of conversations with clients, and every single one of them ended up coming to the conclusion that they had no other source of joy in their life other than sugar, other than food. And this was really eye-opening to me, because I think this is going on for most of us, is that we live in a lifestyle or a world, or we're in a job or a relationship that doesn't spark joy for us, and we don't have the joy in our lives. So what happens is food fills that void. Food starts to sneak in. We start using sugar as joy. It's that happy thing that's going to make us feel amazing because we get a quick dopamine hit at the end of the day. And it's that only source of love and comfort and joy and connection that we have in our lives. And this is where it gets very dangerous. This is obviously, if you can acknowledge this is incredible, because you have to acknowledge it in order to move through it. So I want you, and my hope for this video is that you're going to take a minute, press pause when I'm done this video, and really just reflect, and even writing down each of those categories, each of these missing nutrients in your journal, and taking a minute to just take stock of where you're at with each of those. Like, how connected are you feeling? How much do you love yourself unconditionally? Where are you on that scale? And how much joy do you have in your life? What other things are bringing you joy? And being really honest with yourself and non-judgmental. Okay, this is the hard part. If you're really acknowledging, I've got nobody I can turn to, I'm not really happy with myself and who I am, and I really don't feel that sense of love for myself. And yeah, really, food is the only source of joy that I have in my life. If that ends up being what you're acknowledging, amazing, amazing. Because now you can start to really focus on those nutrients that you need and start finding ways to add more of them. Just like you would if you were deficient in vitamin D, like I am here in Canada, you would find ways to get it, right? You would go on a vacation somewhere tropical or take a vitamin D supplement, right? You would do something about it. And it's not a big deal. You just find a way and a solution. There's always a way. always a way. Even if you can't see it right now, there's always a way to build more connection. There's always a way, even in the world that we're living in right now, to really dive in and learn to love yourself. There's always a way to find joy, and it has to start from within. All of those start from within. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. I really want to plant the seed. I want to continue this conversation because these are nutrients that nobody in the health world talks about, and they're really hugely at the base of, especially deficiencies in these nutrients are at the base of almost all of our health problems and our habits and our struggles that at least I see in my work, every single one of my clients struggling with. So, and I'm willing to bet that in one of these areas you struggle as well. And as I said, I'm not immune to this. I'm still working on my self-love journey. I've come a long way and I'm pretty happy in that category now. This whole time period of the last couple months has been difficult for connection for me as well. But I've identified when I was feeling really disconnected, and I went out and did what I needed to do. I reached out to friends. I actually made some new friends. I got together with family where we could be together and touching and hugging. I made those connections possible for me, and I went out of my way to do that because I was getting deficient in that nutrient, and I noticed it. So you can do that too, and there's always a way. So what I would love for you to do right now, post in the comments one commitment in any of these nutrients, that I just talked about, in any of these categories, one commitment, one baby step that you're going to commit to taking this weekend. In the next 2 days, what are you going to do? If researching groups, researching something, actually picking up the phone and calling someone, what is that going to look like for you in the next couple of days? Because I want you to not just soak in this information, you have to take action in order for anything in your life to change. So I want you to take action, and it starts by posting that in the comments. So commit below. I can't wait to read it, and thank you so much for tuning in. Have an amazing rest of your day.